Greetings. As we begin the new campaign for this year, the Idaho Catholic Appeal, we talk about the future filled with hope. And I must say, the story you're about to hear, to see, has to do with just that, a family who has a future full of hope. It's an amazing story. And the reason we're showing this is because the story tells of how the diocese, you, in support of your diocese, takes care of this family from prison to actually having their children baptized, Catholic school, all because they could rely on the diocese to care for them as they walk through their journey of life.
You know, our brothers and sisters that are incarcerated are orphans of their liberty. So therefore, they are the ones that we also need to be mindful of and care for and take Christ to them.
They just look depressed. And that's the first time you meet these guys. This is a men's prison. And so they're looking for something, obviously, which is why they come to some religious service. And then as time goes on, the second week, maybe they'll look you in the eye. And the third and fourth week, they might even laugh. And then after that, they walk in with a spring in their step. They say, hey, how you doing? They're happy to see you. They just feel good. They look happy. That's the progress Joey made. But that is a really repeatable pattern.
Man, I can almost say when it happened, like the change. I picture myself on the phone or whatever, talking to my aunt, telling her this thing and that. But just knowing, like I already knew and already, I don't know, had the desire and the want and the will and the seeking, and it was all just like, the more I looked into it, the more I, let it come. It was just, I don't know, it was easy. I don't know how to explain it.
I didn't really know the details until when he got out and I could see the change in him. And when he got out, he was a totally different person.
So I literally went to Mass like 5 days a week for a long time. Evelina was baptized immediately when I got out, like within a few months. I was talking to Denny and Angel Fund or whatever, they helped us out, and Denny's like, oh, I got this. And from there, they went to Sacred Heart.
It's because I wanted him to feel supported, and if this is what was helping him stay out of trouble, like I really wanted to be a part of it. And so I joined RCIA.
Seeing how profoundly affected these families are who go through these processes and programs is really rewarding and makes all of the effort worthwhile.
It just explained everything, the whole process and why you do these things. I think that they loved it as much as I did, and I think that they learned so much at that time. I didn't expect them to learn that much, and they really they embraced it as much as I did. Our RCIA class, we went to the cathedral. That's when I very first got introduced to the cathedral and also our bishop.
Yeah, so it's kind of a two-pronged job. The first one would be, sort of corralling and working on specific liturgies. So ordinations, anything the bishop's at, so the Easter Vigil, all of Holy Week, any like ICYC. So just to make sure those all go smoothly and according to Hoyle, so according to the rites books, that's the first part, is just like liturgy specific, particular liturgies. And then the second part is coordinating information sort of from parishes up. So you're a priest and you call me and you say, I have this person, they want to be baptized. They've been married and then divorced, and then they were baptized in this church and now they want to be Catholic. So what is the sacramental process these folks need to go through?
That very next Easter Vigil, everything went down for my little girls and Jen.
I was so excited. They picked out their dresses. We had their godparents come, and just having them baptized in church, I felt like we're doing the right thing. We're on the right path. Like, it's just, my heart was so full, and the kids were so happy.
I'm just so thankful. I was just so happy that I was even able to be there and make it happen. I don't know, because I know where I would be at, like quite literally. You know what I mean? So
I got married at 18 because I didn't know if Joey was going to stay out of trouble or whatever, and he was in jail, so I moved on with my life. And we ended up getting divorced. We talked to Sacred Heart to see what we needed to do, and then they told us that I needed to get my marriage annulled.
Well, in Jenna Lee's case, much like most cases that come through the tribunal, is somebody is coming to determine whether or not their previous marriage was valid or not. So the first major step is working with your pastor, your priest, to go through sort of the spiritual guidance and counseling to that effect. And then an individual starts a very long, healing spiritual journey to determine whether or not that first marriage should be annulled because it wasn't valid at the time. And we're focused on the marriage at the time in which the consent was given, which was at the actual wedding.
So I got my marriage annulled, and with my confirmation and communion, we were preparing ourselves for marriage. So my son, his name is JJ, and he is 4 years old now, and he has Down syndrome. The first thing they said is you have a week to decide if you would like to have an abortion or keep your baby. And I was surprised that they said that. I went straight to the church, and I had a meeting with Father Rob, and I was crying and I was upset because I wasn't sure how life was going to be.
And I was sincere with her when I said, that you never know the blessing that can come your way from. And sometimes that appears as a great challenge. And so I know that their family was very blessed by that birth and by him.
Father Rob just made me feel so much better. I walked out of church feeling positive and feeling like, everything's going to be okay.
The story of Joey and Jenna Lee's decision to choose life for their son JJ is the very reason the Office of Human Life and Dignity exists.
Just going through this whole process has given us hope, and seeing where our life was and where it is, I have hope, and I have faith, and I have love in my heart.
The church has been great. Man, I can't say it. It's just, I don't know. I don't have the words to say it. It's just amazing.
Every person who gives should know that they're doing something wonderful for people out there who really do need help.
Again, I want to thank you for the contributions you make to your diocese. And now can I ask you to prayerfully consider the contribution for this next cycle of the Annual Catholic Appeal. Together we do have a future filled with hope, and I'm glad to make this journey with you. Thanks again. God bless.